Did you know that Nancy Culp and Buddy Ebsen had behind-the-scenes stories that could change the way you see the Beverly Hillbillies? Hollywood is full of hidden drama, and their journey is no exception. Before becoming household names, Culp and Ebsen led fascinating lives full of twists and turns that could rival any movie plot. What happened off-screen might surprise you even more than the sitcom itself. Let's explore their remarkable stories before the Beverly Hillbillies made them TV legends. Nancy Culp, born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, wasn't your typical Hollywood star. Raised by a traveling salesman father and a mother who became a school principal, Nancy's upbringing was rooted in structure and education. After relocating to Miami as a child, she pursued a journalism degree, graduating in 1943. She wrote for the Miami Beach Tropics and even interviewed big names like Clark Gable and the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. During World War II, Nancy joined the U.S. Naval Reserve and rose to the rank of lieutenant. Buddy Ebsen, from Orlando, Florida, had a vastly different background. With dreams of becoming a dancer, he and his sister Vilma performed on the vaudeville circuit. Buddy's natural charm and stage presence led him to Broadway and eventually Hollywood, where he danced with Shirley Temple and contributed to animating Mickey Mouse for Walt Disney. However, his career wasn't without setbacks, including a near-fatal experience with aluminum dust poisoning while filming The Wizard of Oz as the Tin Man. By the 1950s, both Nancy and Buddy were establishing their careers in Hollywood. Nancy worked in MGM's publicity department before being discovered for her distinctive look and comedic timing, landing small but memorable roles. Buddy built a reputation as a reliable actor in both lighthearted and darker roles. Their paths crossed when they both found their breakout roles on the Beverly Hillbillies. Nancy portrayed Miss Jane Hathaway, the sharp, bird-watching secretary, while Buddy played Jed Clampett, the wise, warm-hearted patriarch. The show became an instant hit, but off-screen, their relationship was marked by tension. The clash between them wasn't about their acting, but their political views. Buddy was a staunch conservative, while Nancy was a proud liberal. Their ideological differences led to heated debates that sometimes stretched on for weeks, creating an undeniable divide. Despite their personal differences, both actors brought undeniable charm to the show. Nancy's Miss Jane earned her an Emmy nomination, and Buddy's Jed Clampett became iconic. Though their off-screen relationship was complex, both maintained professionalism, contributing to the massive success of the show. The Beverly Hillbillies became one of the most popular TV programs of its era, with audiences adoring the Clampetts and their antics. Nancy's portrayal of Miss Jane Hathaway made her one of the series' most beloved characters, while Buddy's portrayal of Jed brought warmth and wisdom to the family dynamic. Despite the off-screen tensions, both actors' performances were key to the show's enduring popularity. After the Beverly Hillbillies ended, it continued to be a cultural phenomenon, but the tension between Nancy and Buddy lingered. In 1984, years after the show wrapped, Nancy made a bold move into politics by running as a Democrat for Pennsylvania's 9th Congressional District. Despite the district's strong Republican leanings and the tough competition from incumbent Bud Schuster, Nancy campaigned with conviction, believing she could bring about real change. However, the campaign took a surprising twist when Buddy publicly backed her opponent. He recorded a radio ad criticizing Nancy as too liberal and accused her of using her celebrity for political gain. Nancy was deeply hurt by Buddy's actions, feeling betrayed personally. She expressed her frustration in interviews, saying he had no right to involve himself in a race that wasn't his, and that she would never have done the same to him. The ad likely impacted the election, which Nancy lost by a significant margin. While she didn't place all the blame on Buddy for her defeat, The experience left a lasting emotional scar. Buddy stood by his decision at the time, but later in life, he reportedly expressed regret over how things had played out and how their relationship had soured. After the campaign, Nancy found comfort in teaching. She took on a role as an artist-in-residence at Juniata College in Pennsylvania, where she shared her passion for the arts with students. Though she and Buddy briefly reconciled later in life, the fallout from their feud remained. Their personal and professional journeys, marked by both achievements and conflicts, continue to intrigue fans, adding depth to the legacy of the Beverly Hillbillies. At Juniata College, Nancy found peace and fulfillment, away from the limelight of Hollywood and political turmoil. She taught acting classes, inspiring students with her warmth, insight, and dedication. Her students admired her not just for her Hollywood fame, but for her genuine commitment to helping others grow. Nancy's lessons were infused with humor and heart, creating a welcoming environment where every student felt encouraged. While teaching became her focus, she never fully left acting behind. She participated in local theater productions and made occasional guest appearances on TV. Her love for storytelling remained strong, and her later work reflected that passion. Outside the spotlight, Nancy enjoyed a vibrant life, connecting with others and cherishing every moment. In 1990, Nancy was diagnosed with cancer, yet she faced this challenge with the same determination that had defined her life. She continued teaching and remained active in her community for as long as her health allowed. Friends and colleagues described her as brave and strong, qualities she had always exemplified. Sadly, Nancy passed away in 1991, leaving behind a legacy far beyond her portrayal of Miss Jane Hathaway. Her story was one of resilience, creativity, and a refusal to be defined by any single chapter of her life. Buddy Ebsen, too, continued on his own path after the Beverly Hillbillies. While his career slowed with age, he remained active, taking on roles in film and television, including the popular detective series Barnaby Jones. However, the public still saw him primarily as Jed Clampett. Although Buddy appreciated the love fans had for his iconic role, he privately struggled with being typecast. Despite this, he handled the situation gracefully, often reflecting fondly on his time on the Beverly Hillbillies in interviews and public appearances. Later in life, Buddy wrote a memoir sharing anecdotes from Hollywood, his career, and even his famous feud with Nancy. In his personal life, he enjoyed a fulfilling marriage to Dorothy Knott, his third wife, and spent his later years surrounded by family. He lived to 95, passing away in 2003. By then, many of his peers had passed, and he had become one of the last living links to television's golden age. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lived on through reruns of the Beverly Hillbillies and the memories of those who had worked with him. The story of Nancy and Buddy is one of two strong personalities who struggled to find common ground. Despite their differences, both were talented, passionate, and fiercely opinionated. Their feud created a rift that proved difficult to heal, but the magic they brought to the screen as Jed and Miss Jane remains undeniable, a testament to their professionalism and lasting legacy. Nancy Culp and Buddy Ebsen, stars of the Beverly Hillbillies, shared undeniable chemistry on screen, but clashed behind the scenes due to their opposing political views. Despite heated debates and a public rift, their iconic roles as Miss Jane and Jed Clampett remain beloved in TV history. After the show, Nancy pursued teaching and politics, while Buddy continued acting and writing a memoir. Their professional dedication, despite personal tensions, left a lasting legacy that still captivates audiences today. Thanks for watching.